The drug substances or APIs exist in different forms like base form, salt form, crystalline form, amorphous form. They may exist as pseudopolymorphs, solvates, hydrates, and all these forms differ in the physicochemical properties. Also, these forms differs in the solubility, stability, and differs in the biological activities as there is a difference in the absorption permeability. I welcome all the viewers to this short video on crystalline versus amorphous forms. So you might be knowing the two forms are there like amorphous form and crystalline form. Crystalline forms have specific crystal structure or crystal lattice you can say, and amorphous forms are not with the crystal form. That's why these are called as amorphous. And these forms differs in the stability, solubility, and that's why differ in the safety and efficacy. The understanding about crystalline versus amorphous forms is important from the point of view of API or drug substance and also from the point of view of formulation. So let's start with the differences. Solubility and dissolution rate. Amorphous form have higher solubility and may be providing the faster dissolution rate because there is a disordered structure, and these amorphous forms of the APIs have high free energy, whereas crystalline forms have lower solubility and slower dissolution rate compared to amorphous forms because these have stable structure which results in the slower dissolution. Then bioavailability. Amorphous forms may have higher or improved bioavailability, especially for the BCS class 2 and 4 drugs, and for crystalline forms it may be limited due to slower dissolution and absorption. Physical stability. Amorphous forms have lower physical stability. These are sensitive, prone to recrystallization during storage and manufacturing, whereas crystalline forms are considered as more stable. These have higher stability and these are more stable thermodynamically. Then powder properties. So amorphous forms have poor properties considering the cohesiveness, poor flow, electrostatic issues. Crystalline forms are good compared to amorphous forms. These may have better flowability and compressibility. Then compressibility. Amorphous forms are difficult to compress and may be challenging to compress into robust tablets. Crystalline forms are comparatively easier to compress and suitable or may be suitable for direct compression and granulation. See, the information provided here is based on the general principles, based on the literature, but you may find some exceptions to this information. Sometimes crystalline form may be less stable compared to amorphous form. So some exceptions may be there to this information. So it is not like that the information provided is wrong or it is not as per the literature. Sometimes practically we may observe some molecules which are amorphous but more stable. It may also happen for some of the molecules. So it may differ on case by case basis. Some APIs may be more stable in amorphous form, more stable in salt form. So that may happen. So I request you to consider those things. Then the other differences like hygroscopicity. Amorphous form may have high hygroscopicity as these may tend to absorb moisture. That's why increase the risk of instability, while crystalline forms have lower hygroscopicity. Generally, these are less moisture sensitive. Onset of action for amorphous form is faster due to rapid dissolution and slower for the crystalline form due to slower dissolution. Formulation challenges, stability concerns and manufacturing difficulties for the amorphous forms, and solubility limitations for poorly soluble APIs for the crystalline forms. So for some of the crystalline forms, for some of the APIs, the solid dispersion technology may be used. Then amorphous form, solid dispersion may also be prepared. Formulation strategies may be same or different for these two forms. Amorphous form, solid dispersion, these are called as ASDs, stabilizing excipients, process optimization. Crystalline form, particle size reduction, salt co-crystal formation, solubilizing excipient use and process optimization is important. Here, one thing I want to add, that you can use solid dispersion technology for both the forms, amorphous form as well as crystalline form. So formulation strategies also can be based on the case by case basis and the requirement of the solubilization and dissolution and bioavailability or equivalence. So formulation strategies may differ on case by case basis. Suitability, best for the drugs with poor solubility but acceptable short term stability. So amorphous forms are best. Then crystalline form, best suitable when physical stability, manufacturability and long shelf life are the priorities. So also here the shelf life improvement can be done by other means, by selecting proper particle size, by selecting the proper manufacturing process, selecting the packaging system. So these are some of the ways, these are some of the formulation and packaging strategies to improve the stability. But we should always have general understanding about the differences between the crystalline and amorphous forms. Thank you for watching the video.